Hello everyone, my name is Agathorn, and today I wanted to give you a first look at my new mod TestFlight for the Kerbal space program. TestFlight is a persistent parts-based research and reliability program. In a nutshell, it gives you a reason to test fly your rockets. The more a part is flown, the more data your engineers can gather, and the more data your engineers can gather, the more reliable they can make the parts. Let's take a look at how it works. So here we are on the launch pad with our horrible, ungainly rocket. And this window here is the TestFlight Master Status Display. The purpose of the Master Status Display is to give you a quick overview of what parts are controlled by TestFlight, their current flight data, the reliability, and their current status. You can also click the H button next to each part to highlight the part on your vessel so you can see which part it correlates to if you have more than one of the same named part. So let's go ahead and launch this vessel and see how TestFlight operates. So as we take off, we can see that the two solid rocket boosters on the side are immediately start accumulating flight data. Now that flight data is not going to affect the current parts, but will be analyzed by the engineers for the next time those parts fly. Now we just saw two of our liquid engines fail. Thankfully they're in upper stages, so it didn't affect us at this point. But you can see that the Master Status Display shows you that failure, and it has a new button. By clicking this button, we can attempt to repair the parts. Now in this early build, the parts are instantly repaired with no consumables whatsoever and no requirements. However, that's all controllable by the actual failure module. Now my main worry here is that just one of the two solid rocket boosters will fail, sending the craft into an uncontrollable spin, so I'm ready on the abort button. However, both engines continue to run properly until separation. Note that as the solid rocket boosters drop away, they also disappear from the Master Status Display. Now that we're into the next stage, you can see that the skipper liquid engine is starting to gain flight data. Now that that flight is finished, let's launch another vessel with the exact same parts and see what we get. We can see now from the Master Status Display that all those parts have accumulated flight data from their previous flight and now are more reliable. However, the solid rocket boosters didn't have enough flight time to really gain much reliability, so they're still stuck at 50%. Our other two liquid engines, however, have definitely gained reliability and should be a little bit better on this flight. So let's lift off and see what happens. So as you can see, we're gaining even more flight data on these solid rocket boosters. Hopefully next time around they'll have a better reliability. But all of a sudden we have a major failure. Both rocket boosters fail and our second stage engine fails. So we hit the abort button and ride it back down. This is the thing with TestFlight. You just never know exactly what's going to happen because the parts aren't 100% reliable. In this case, we managed to get the Kerbals out safely. Our launch pad, however, isn't quite as safe. So that has been a first look at TestFlight. In a nutshell, the more you fly your parts, the more reliable they become. But just like the human space program, in the early days, things aren't going to be that reliable, and disasters just might happen.